Like I said earlier, John Adams is here. And where's John? John, come on up here, John. Is John here? John, you're confusing me. You hear John at every Indians game since 1973 doing this right here. We're going to feature John Adams on a solo here, okay, with the band Chance. John, take your place up there. Ladies and gentlemen, John Adams and the band Chance.
Wow. He's great.
How do you get here from the stadium?
He's fast.
Give us a count. Let's do it.
1, 2, 1, 3.
And everybody thinks John Adams could just play the drums in the bleachers, huh?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Last night for the raffle, people spent $14,000. Tonight, I don't want to embarrass you, but you spent $10,000. Give yourself a big round of applause. I really mean that. Thank you very much. The photographs.
The night ain't over.
Yeah, the night ain't over. The photographs raised just with donations, and I want to thank you, everybody, tonight. About $1,500 in donations tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I want to bring Roger Green out here because in this 2 nights, where's my daughter at, Michelle? Michelle, you here? Michelle, come on up here, please. I need a microphone for Michelle. What do you mean you don't talk? You never shut up. Put your hand down. The lights are in your eyes. Doesn't matter. This is my daughter, Michelle. Say hello, everybody. In the last 2 nights, what did we raise? Almost $130,000-$140,000 here at the Hilton Garden Inn in Twinsburg?
About 100 and close to 130.
$130,000 is going to the Seidman Cancer Center. You know, we started this foundation, we kicked it off last April, so it's like 10 months this has been going on. And I said to my daughter, I said, you know, we're going to start a foundation in Linda's name, and we're going to do it to, well, this was Michelle and Michael's and Anthony's idea. We were going to do it to help needy families that are overwhelmed with medical bills at the Seidman Cancer Center. And we talked with Mark Kotler. Mark, could you come, is Mark still here? From University Hospital. Mark, could you come up here, please? We need one more microphone, I'm sorry. And we said, we called up University Hospital, and they put me in touch with this gentleman right here, Mark Kotler. Big hand for Mark Kotler from University Hospital. And I said, what do we need to start a foundation? He said, $50,000. So I said to my daughter, I said, I think I could do that with a benefit at the Hilton Garden Inn in Twinsburg, because we did it previously for Coats for Kids. Well, not only do we have $50,000 in there, we'll have somewhere between, in 10 months, that was our goal, $50,000. And thanks to people like you, within a 10-month period, we'll have between $350,000 and $400,000 in the fund. This is Roger Green, the general manager at the Hilton Garden Inn in Twinsburg, the man with the funny tie that Big Chuck and Little John cut up. And I said this last night, and it's worth repeating. I'll say it again tonight. I've met a lot of people in my life, a lot of people, because of my occupation and whatever. If I've met a better person than this man right here, someone's going to have to point him out to me. Big hand for Roger Green, please. Roger has a check right here. This is just ticket sales, okay? That Roger is going to present to you. Roger?
Before I present this, I'd like to thank Mike and Michelle, Mike Jr. and Anthony. I mean, getting to know your family and Linda has been just fantastic for myself. You know, we're in this business about relationships, and our relationship's very special, Mike. It'll always be very special. It'll never be forgotten, all the things we've done over the years. And it's just been a really privilege to work with your fine children and yourself and our staff here. And I'd just like to thank Jessica and Felice, our service team here tonight, and over the years, and our great chef, Mike Jacobs. He was the first guy that we hired here 11 years ago, and he's still here cooking away every day here, and he's just terrific. And all of you guys that have been coming to this event, and you know, Mike, this all started with a handshake with Peter Zappola from chance, and if it really wasn't for Peter, you know, who knows if we'd be standing here right now, because he started this whole thing 8 years ago and introduced Mike to me and asked me if we would do a charity together. And we did that on a handshake, and ever since then it's been a great privilege to be able to help a lot of people in Cleveland, and especially now with Linda, to be able to help people that are really struggling for financial support and this dreaded disease of what we have to go through in all of our families. So Mike, on behalf of all your listeners and all these folks that have come here, and Michelle, and I do have a live check in my pocket, but we'll get to that. We have, for just the ticket sales here, for the 2 nights, we have a check for $70,690. So Michelle, let me give you that check right there. That's the real check. And also, I want to, all you folks that are staying here last night and tonight, I'm giving back $1,070 of your room rate to the charity as well. So Michelle, there's $1,070 for that. And again, Mike, it's just been a great ride, and I appreciate being part of it with you.
Great, I mean, Mark Kotler from University Hospital. Mark, you want to explain how the foundation works very quickly to everybody out here today?
Sure. First of all, before I do that, I want to reiterate again, Roger, this is wonderful what you and your staff have done, and really, and Mike and I have talked about this, when you have a charitable event where people buy tickets, oftentimes the net proceeds are dependent on what the organization is willing to give back in terms of the overall cost. And this is really unprecedented in terms of events where you have so much of each individual ticket sale going to the charity. So really, this check is largely because of the generosity of each of you out there, but also Roger and the staff here at the Hilton Garden Inn, Twinsburg, willing to do that. So that's extraordinary. Okay?
No idea.
I have no idea. So anyway, but beyond that, I'm nervous. But beyond that, so the fund exists to help benefit families, and a small portion of the actual 5% of the income from the fund actually gets spent so that this fund will live on literally in perpetuity. There are funds that exist at UH that go back, University Hospitals goes back 145 years, 150 years in a couple years. There are funds out there that exist for 100 years. And literally, this fund will exist as long as University Hospitals exist. And so Linda's name truly will, in a very, very real sense, helping real families live on forever. So that's...
Yeah, I'd like, I don't know if I said this last night, but I'll say this in closing tonight, because tonight is the last night. My life will move on. I have 2 choices. I either move on or I take a ride to the 480 bridge. I was telling my children that the other night, okay? My life will move on. I have to do that. And I'm not exclusive to that. There's people in the audience that have lost loved ones. Am I correct in saying? Your life needs to move on, all right? But what I will say is that long after this screwball is gone and out of radio, Linda's name will last forever with this foundation at University Hospital, thanks to you people out there.
I don't talk, but I have to say something really quick.
Oh, boy. My mother, now my daughter.
No, the raffle for the last 2 years has made a wonderful amount of money. About $16,000 last year, and what is it, about $23,000 this year. And I have to thank my friends. They've been here for the past 2 nights this year and last year, and I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you.
And I think Michelle makes a great point that's worth just talking about very briefly here, and then we'll continue with the entertainment and give away the diamond earrings. The reason, and I am not here to knock any other charity event, but the reason that this charity event, not only with the Seidman Cancer Center at University Hospital, but with Kotzer Kids previously, almost, I think it's right around, I don't know the exact figure, but it's close. 90% of the money you people spend goes to the charity. That's unheard of. And the reason that's unheard of is, like Michelle said, because of her friends who volunteer their time, because of these band members who volunteer their time, because of this man over here, Roger Green, who basically charges a spit for what you've received tonight. And that's why nobody gets paid. I don't take any money. My daughter doesn't take any money. The radio station doesn't take any money. Nobody takes any money. So that's the reason that a huge percentage of what you contribute goes to the charity. Thank you very much. Mark Kotler, my daughter Michelle, and Roger Green from the Hilton Garden Inn in Twinsburg.